So the one issue with a calorie deficit is the fact that it only works 100% of the time. So if something wasn't working, or you weren't seeing results, or you weren't losing the weight and you thought you were in a deficit, you can fully only blame yourself. But the main problem I see with people thinking they're in a deficit or thinking they're losing weight is they literally will just be eating clean. And the problem is with that, it's become like a bit of a buzzword, as if eating clean means anything. You don't actually even have to eat clean to lose weight in the first place, so that tells you all you need to know about that method. So when we say a calorie deficit only works 100% of the time, that is if black and white you are actually in a calorie deficit, and that's the problem people are running into. A calorie deficit doesn't just mean one day you try and eat pretty clean and the weekend you have a bit of a wobble because you were out and this happened and this happened. You're no longer in a calorie deficit. So that does not mean the deficit isn't working. That means, again, you're not working and it falls completely back onto you. And the part that I find the most crazy that people still don't really know about is how calories don't just work on like a day-to-day basis. So if you're clean 6 days of the week, but in that one wobble, which you say, oh, I'm back on it now, so it doesn't matter, you're not really back on anything. You're still going through that shit week, whether you've picked it up and had a clean day the day after or not. Your calories are going to total more on a week-to-week and in some cases month-to-month basis anyway. So if you have 2,000 calories a day, to make an easy example, your weekly calories are 14,000. If you have one day where you fall off the wagon, or whatever shitty term you really want to label it, which you could massively avoid with a bit of control, and on that one day you go and consume 5,000 calories, it's like a pizza and a dessert, it's really not hard to go over by that much, then your weekly calories, which were 14,000, which required you to lose weight, you have now gone over by thousands. So just because you then got back on it the day after, you're not in a calorie deficit. So calorie deficit will work 100% of the time. The part where people go wrong is not realizing it's on a weekly or monthly basis, and you have to actually, black and white, keep yourself in a deficit or it's not going to work. You can't just try and eat clean when life suits. So the real challenge is, when it comes to getting leaner and staying in that deficit, is mapping your days and weeks out to where it's kind of impossible to not end up in a deficit. So just make sure the foods you're consuming are satiating, so you're staying full, like sweet potato, normal potatoes, things like that are going to keep you full, bowls of oats, and just be smart with your food choices. You can mix in freaking McDonald's if you want it. It's got to be within the calories. You can go have all the popcorn you want in the cinema, but you've got to keep it within your calories. So it's just about setting your day up in a way where you're not leaving yourself with no calories to go